Oh my lord, I thinks we're back. So first, yeah, apologies to anybody who was watching, and I lost you. Not sure what happened there. My GoPro went like completely stupid, and I tried to get back on, and then the screen was frozen, so I could not tell if it was live or not, which is no bueno. So yeah, we appear to be back, and it's time to build some more pedals. I need some more foam, which I'm not sure if I have enough here. Maybe I do have enough for one more. Do I have enough foam? Yes, you will make it. You will be enough. You're enough, my friend, you're enough. I don't know, maybe it was like the universe punishing me for pimping my other pedals instead of just like doing a live stream. The universe was like, no, you're not gonna pimp your products. You can pimp one product, the one you're building, but you ain't doing no more. And I was like, well, all right, universe. I accept my fate. Thank you. Blessed be. But if you were watching, I do apologize for vanishing. And who knows if it'll happen again. Anyway, back to building here. So, yep, putting some sticky back foam on the back of my circuit board and proceeding to strip some wires. Light some fires and strip some wires. If you weren't here earlier, this is what we're building. This is the Black Rabbit Passive Restraints. Black Rabbit is my pedal company, which company is a big stretch because it's just me. I'm just a dude that builds guitar pedals, but I do sell them via a reverb store, which I discovered in that last live stream is actually can be found by typing in Joby's Gear Bazaar, JOBYS Gear Bazaar. But I also link it in the demo video of this pedal, and nothing is up there right now because I am very behind on getting my brain into demo mode, which means I have to, you know, make videos. But I need to want to finish up this batch of pedals, get these up there because, like I said, this is probably my most best-selling pedal, and I need it available for sale. So I want to get this batch going on, and then I have some other stuff I have been working on that I am excited to get out there. I am learning the joys of live streaming, which means things go wrong, which is super duper not fun. But yeah, we're back to building. We're back. Working on pedal number 2 or number 17, if you will. Which I guess in reality there are 18 of these pedals in existence because there is a prototype, but I don't know, I don't count those because they're mine. They're all mine. Ha 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 ha. really the biggest reason for me keeping my prototypes is just, hey Susie, how are you? You having a good night? I'm just building pedals. Sitting around, and where'd Bella go? You should see Bella. Bella, come here. You're not annoying me right now. Bella, where are you? She's in here every 30 seconds. She'll be back. She annoys me, takes a break, annoys me, takes a break. Ooh, you're sick? That's crappy. I thought I was getting sick last week. I was really super duper like exhausted for like multiple days in a row. But then I thought maybe it's probably just depression, you know? Ooh, bronchitis, yuck. You're the bronchitis master, though. Like, bronchitis is your homeboy. Bronchitis is my homie. You always have that shit. You have bad luck with bronchitis. Like, bad. I have less bad luck with it now, for some reason, but I'm just... I don't acquire it all the time anymore. Yeah, no, I felt like crap the other day, though, and I felt like crap for like 3 days in a row, but I don't think it became anything. I just was a tired boy constantly. And I finally have a little energy, so I'm finally trying to get some work done. Get some pedals built so I can put them online and try to sell them. So I can buy more parts and make more pedals. Oh yeah. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, it's so funny. You jump on here and then Bella's nowhere to be found, but she's been in here like every freaking 30 seconds up to this point, just jumping on my leg. Like, hey, pay attention to me. Dad, pay attention to me. Either her or the cat, you know, one of the two, be in here. The cat usually likes to come around when I'm painting, though. That's the thing. Every single one of my pedals features cat DNA. I'm not even joking. Like, every time I paint a pedal, there's a little bit of Bowie in there. Of course, his hair is on everything. Father, I need your attention. Yes, indeed. That is pretty much what she's doing. Let me breathe that leaded solder smoke right in. It's good for you. Puts hair on your lungs. You know, I'm not even joking. I think every pedal I have painted, there is cat hair in it. If you own any of my pedals, you can probably attest to that. I am sorry. I apologize to you out there. one day I will buy my pedal back from you so I can clone my cat. It's gonna be rad. So we are kicking some butt on this one. This one's coming together nice and fast. That's what I like to see. Take a little time to prettify it. I like to make my circuits beautiful. This circuit is beautiful. Alright, well, I sort of accidentally used the white LED on the last one, so I guess this whole batch is going to be white LEDs. Which I typically use red in these. I typically use red in everything because red LEDs do not blind you. And buddy, I have some Earthquaker pedals and it's like staring at the frickin' sun every time you turn them on, which is great if you're in a band that plays like large festivals outdoors in the summer or in the southern hemisphere. But yeah, no, I'm not in that kind of band. I'm in the band that plays late at night in a dark bar and doesn't need to be blinded to death by my pedal. Alright. Moving along, moving along. Let's get this LED going. Got a few people watching. Hello, 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 hello. Don't feel free to, or don't feel afraid. I mean, feel free. Don't feel afraid. Say hello, ask a question, talk to me on board. Or don't. Like I said earlier, when my stream was functional, when I watch live streams, I'm a lurker, so I respect that. Full lurker mode. Full drop tool mode. I have this pair of wire strippers, and the only thing I use them for is pushing in the LED bezel. They're terrible. They're shit. But they're super good for pushing in LED bezels. So even crappy tools sometimes have a use. All right, so we are wiring up this resistor for the LED. Try not to breathe in copious amounts of carcinogens. That would be a great idea. And again, we are only a couple wires away from having this one ready to go. Man, I tell you what, I had a night last night, like, this world overwhelms me sometimes, and last night was one of those nights, and kind of had, like, I know I had an anxiety attack. I had a bit of a micro panic attack, if you will, but I definitely had a full-blown anxiety attack. And I couldn't sleep because of it, which I don't much sleep anyway, but I definitely could not sleep last night. And I had to do everything in my power to try to chill out and go to sleep, which I eventually did. But man, last night was craze balls for me for some reason. I mean, I know why. I just yeah, let's not share everything, shall we? We just had a night. We had a not great night. And I'm dealing with that today by like just trying to have some fun and do a live stream and build my pedals. The anxiety sucks balls. Straight up. I just do not like where that wire is going. I don't like. That will work. That is out of the way. So yeah, I don't know if anyone out there watching this has anxiety issues sometimes, but I feel for you, because they are the friggin' worst, bro. And the only thing you can do is push forward and try to do something that gets your mind off of that crap. Alright. So enough about my issues. Let's keep building. This is our last wire, and then we can test this pedal. Literally just gotta make a little ground here. If you are out there and watching, I hope you're having an amazing night. And I hope you have an amazing life. And the universe is your homeboy or homegirl or home whatever. I just hope that you're happy and well. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. All right. All right. This thing is ready to rock. Like I said, it's not 100% perfect on the wiring yet. I do, when I final inspect these pedals, when I sell them, first thing I do is take them apart and double inspect them to make sure I haven't left any little wires long. And then I kind of extra clean up the wiring. This is pretty good. It's pretty neat and tidy, but I do like to spend a little time just making everything super perfect before I sell it. And like, I see a chunk of solder in here right now, which needs to go. I think that was from the LED or one of the grounds. Get that out of there. And there's a little piece of wire insulation by it. So we got that out of there. But yeah, I always do come back and double check these after like I sell them online. I take them apart, I make sure everything's cool. I add hot glue to the power jack. I add hot glue to the LEDs so they are less likely to fall out. I sometimes put a little hot glue around the circuit board, but if you can see, the circuit board's not gonna go anywhere in these. It's sort of just held in place by the wire because I use solid core wire. All that being said, let's plug this thing in. That is the last step of this one, and then we'll move on to the next one. I do test every single pedal while I build them. I don't want to go backwards on anything. So let's just plug it in, give it a quick rip. We have power, as we can see. We have an LED. Let me turn the amp on. Grab my get fiddle here. We got bypass signal. And we got fuzz. always have to do that. Make sure the choke is doing what it's supposed to do, which is add an octave when you crank it up and turn the gain down. It turns the gain down, makes the gating really gated, and adds in a high octave. I think it works. I think that's a functional pedal. And we can go ahead and move on to building the next one. So this is going to be number 2 for the evening. Shut the amp off and grab a back. So again, these all get hand numbered, signed, dated as I build them. But the Sharpie is dying a horrible death. Come on, there it goes. It's coming back to life. Passive Restraints. This is number 17. Today is the 5th. 2/5/25. I am me. All right. She is built. Where's the cap to my Sharpie? And then maybe it won't be dead the next time I grab it. What a concept. All right, so we can button this one up for now. Like I said, I do, when I sell a pedal, these will all end up on my reverb store. There's my dog. She's finally here to annoy me. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? These will end up on my reverb store. And so basically what happens is, I'm gonna put you down. I love you. Go lay down, baby. I take the back off, I go through, I add a little hot glue to the LED and to the power jack, sometimes to the circuit board. I inspect them again, I plug them in again and make sure they're functioning before I send them out the door, because I really never ever want to sell somebody something. I don't want to send somebody a non-functional pedal. It is something that can not be avoided, because mail services will break your things for you. But fortunately that hasn't been too big of a deal yet. I've had one problem. I've had one pedal arrive that didn't function, and I immediately was like, send it back. I will give you your money. I will give you a new pedal, whatever, whatever, whatever. I got you covered, my friends. Booze and Chill. Hello, how are you? What a great YouTube name. How do you even get that name on YouTube? It's virtually impossible. And I like pedals too. I love pedals. I have them all around me right now. I'm surrounded by the damn things. There's probably like, I don't know, legitimately honest numbers. There's probably like 50 or 60 of them in this room right now. But booze and chill, what we're doing here is just building my little weirdo octave fuzz, the passive restraints. This cute little anime girl with a collar and a leash. There's a choke knob, so you can choke a little bit. Give her a little choke. Yeah, so we're just building these, and I'm about to move on to the third one out of 5. We just got done playing with MXR Analog Chorus and a TC Electronic Ditto. Gotta love the Ditto. My buddy just bought an X4. Really cool. I believe the Ditto is the one with reverse, right? Do the X2 and the X4 have reverse? I don't know. The reverse, that is the secret of knobs. If you ever watched Knobs demo pedals on YouTube, that was the knob secret, was reversing things. And that's why all of his shit sounded so cool. Yeah, you gotta love the choke setting. So yeah, these will be available hopefully tomorrow night on my Reverb. If not tomorrow, next day at the absolute latest. But yeah, and they're fully hand built, and these are $60 plus $20 shipping anywhere in the lower 48. I'm gonna move those guys out of the way for now, and we're gonna grab another one. And we're gonna keep building. Yours has the reverse setting. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've never actually owned one of the Ditto loopers. I have a HX Effects, and that has basically everything from the DL4 in it. So I think I'm looper rich, and I don't even know if it does reverse, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really use it. I'm not a big loop guy. I play in a band, and then usually when I'm playing alone, I will play in the room with my computer, and I will program beats and shit like that. So I'm usually playing to like some beat I programmed if I'm just goofing around or writing a song. But those X4s are sick. And the MXR Analog Chorus, you're talking about the blue one, right? I think it's got like 6 knobs or something. That's a rad pedal. I've owned one of those. Probably got rid of it because until I got my HX Effects, honestly, I was like completely sold on the Boss CH1. The CH1, specifically the one that was made in Thailand, the pink label one. I think that is the perfect chorus. Thanks, man. Yeah, I do make my own effects. I have, if you look up blackrabbitpedals.com, you can kind of take a peek at most of what I have made so far. The website is very, 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 very minimal. Oh man, I should have told there was another person asking earlier how to get to my Reverb store, and you can totally do it from going to blackrabbitpedals.com. Yeah, shows you how smart I am sometimes. But yeah, you can see most of what I've made, except for I have a couple new things that I haven't got out yet. I'm working on these right now because this little anime girl here tends to sell pretty darn good for me. I usually put them up on Reverb and they go pretty quick, so I like to keep them around. I wish I could make like 100 of them right now, but I can't. I just don't have the dough to do so. But yeah, making your own pedals is really fun, and I recommend it. Like, if you have the time to to sink into learning circuits. It's very rewarding. You just have to be patient and be willing to screw up. If you're not willing to screw up, if you don't have the money to like ruin parts, you're gonna have a bad time. And you don't you don't need like ass tons of money. You can get on Amazon and buy like cheap parts to start out with. You don't need to like buy fancy parts. And you can buy like assortments of parts on Amazon for like $10 and you get a bunch of like values. Is there the possibility of a demo? Yeah, I was actually probably just playing this before you got online. And when I finish building this one, I will totally play it again. There is a demo already on my channel of this pedal. If you go to my main page and look it up, you can find a demo of this, but it will be white in the thumbnail because the initial version of this pedal was white. And then I made like a special edition in pink, and then this time I'm just doing the regular edition in pink because I think it looks cool. But yeah, I can plug it in for you. I will never turn down a request. So give me a moment here. I can play one more when I am done building one, but I'll slap one in and give you a few chords, my friend. Hopefully I'm not boring anyone else who's here who may have just heard me playing it. Just a Squire Pawn Shop 51 series. Ooh, what am I doing? Oh, I am plugged in backwards. That is one of the problems of true bypass. You can plug in backwards. Again, you're the second person to ask, and you'd probably be the second person to be amazed to learn that I'm playing through a solid-state Rocktron. I have a Rocktron Vendetta head setting behind me, and it has one tube in the preamp, but the rest of the amp is all solid-state. And I live in Battle Creek, Michigan, so Rocktron is right down the street from me. But what makes it sound so good, my friend, is the cabinet. I have an 80s PV 4x12 behind me with 65 watt Celestion blackbacks in it. And you can plug anything into this cabinet and it's gonna sound good, bro. It's nice. So here's what this pedal also does. This choke knob. So if you turn that choke knob up, you obviously lose sustain, but you get like a high octave on top of it. So, and it actually stands out a little little bit more if you go to the neck pickup. My dog is whining in the background right now, though, because of that high octave. But yeah, it's super gated fuzz. There you are, my friend. I hope that helped a little bit. Once I get done building this next one, I will probably play some more. But yeah, that is literally just a Rocktron Vendetta. Not sure. You can see it right there. It's a Rocktron Vendetta head through that old 1980s PV 4x12. Like I said, that thing has Celestian blackbacks in it, and it sounds good. Can't use it anymore. You can't take it anywhere. They just scream and yell at you. You're too loud, bro. You're too loud. Turn down. Where's your amp modeler? Well, how come I have to hear it in the room? I don't understand. I'm sorry. That might have been personal issues coming up with me. I get yelled at for being loud a lot. Whoops. So yeah, unfortunately the 4x12 just kind of sits in this room as one of my demo amps. I think you could see probably there in the background. I also have a little 15 watt Fender with 6V6s in it. I have a 60 watt Fender that you can watch on my channel. I completely rebuilt a 1966 Fender Pro Reverb, and that's a pretty cool video. But I completely rebuilt that amp, and that kind of sits in my studio room, so I have that to test stuff on. Then I have a Classic 50, PV Classic 50, which is my current live amp because it's a PV Classic 50. What's the difference between the pink and the white one? So there is really no difference now. There used to be a difference. The pink one was a special edition that had soft touch switching the last time I released them, but this time they're just going to have the normal switching. And that is because I got some switches that required 2 presses to activate. And that drove me insane. And I had to send out emails to people that I sold that pedal to let them know that I got a better batch of switches from the manufacturer if they wanted me to replace theirs. So I really don't want to use those switches again. At least not right now, until I know for sure that I'm going to get consistent batches of them. The pedals worked fine. It's just when you powered them up, you had to go click, click to turn it on, and then it worked normally with 1 press. But that 2 clicks at startup, that made me very, very upset. I did not like it. Michael Kraus. Hey, Michael. It is a Blackface 66 Pro. You have a Silverface one. Basically, probably the same circuit, AB763 circuit. What an incredible amp, right? Like, the Pro Reverb is totally slept on. If anybody else out there who's watching doesn't know what the Pro Reverb is, imagine taking a Fender Deluxe Reverb and giving it like steroids. So you make it 60 watts instead of 23. You make it 212s instead of 112. Otherwise, it's a black-faced deluxe reverb. It's just a deluxe reverb with more headroom, extra 12-inch speaker. It's an incredible amp. And it's also, I believe it's the same as the same circuit as the Vibroverb. Same circuit as the Vibroverb, maybe. I don't know if I'm lying to you. I believe so, though. So yeah, it has a lot in common with the Vibroverb. Either way, but what an incredible amp, and I absolutely love mine. The one that I had, if you watch the video on my channel, it was bad. Bought yours in '86. It wasn't cutting it for his keyboards. It was a steel. Oh my god. Yeah, I bet you did steal that amp in '86, man. Holy crap. It's ridiculous. My very, very, very first like amplifier that I ever owned was a Lab Series L5. But not long after getting that L5, I got a blackface twin, and I bought it for I think $200. And oh my god, man. What I wouldn't give to buy blackface Fenders for $200 now, you know? And that was in the 90s. You know, not even the 80s, but in the 90s. But yeah, the Pro Reverb is totally slept on. People don't even look at that amp for some reason, and I don't really know why, because it's bonkers. But anyway, the one that I rebuilt on my channel here was totally botched. I mean, I had to completely rebuild it. I re-Tolexed it. I learned how to re-Tolex. I re-grill clothed it. I ended up building a new speaker baffle for it because the one that was in it was pretty toasty. I still have it. I kept the original one. I kept every part I took out of it, of course. But it needed it. It needed some love. But yeah, I mean, I had to do everything to it. And then the thing was, I don't know if you know D-Lab on YouTube. D-Lab, it's a tube amp channel. And he actually lives right down the street from me. And he's like an awesome dude, and we're friends. And that amp sat at his house for like 3 years because it was so bad that he didn't even want to touch it. And so I decided to experiment, and I was like, okay, well, I've never, you know, built or rebuilt a tube amp, so I'm going to try it out. And that is actually what got me back into making pedals. I had tried building pedals before, like back in 2012, but back then I was nowhere near as good with this soldering iron. I am pretty good with one right now. Booze and Chill, you're heading out. Hey man, thanks so much for liking and subscribing, and check out the rest of the pedals. I will have some available in my Reverb store, like I said, really soon. And by the way, dude, these are super cheap. They're 100% hand built, and I sell them $60 plus $20 shipping, anywhere in the lower 48 for a totally hand built pedal. You know, you can watch me hand build them. You can look at the hand built circuits. So yeah, definitely check them out. And thanks for stopping in, Booze and Chill. I appreciate it. Michael Krause, you paid $150. Oh my God, dude. PV Audition 20 to the Pro Reverb. That is quite a jump. Holy crap. You know, the old solid state PVs, you can't argue with those for a dude like sitting around rocking in a bedroom or something. Or Josh Homme, whatever the one that, like the Josh Homme sound, you know. I don't even know which one that is, but I know it's now ludicrously famous and ludicrously overpriced too. But yeah, you know, I play a PV live right now. I play Classic 50 live. And the reason I play the Classic 50 is because If it gets stolen, oh well. If I drop it down a flight of stairs, oh well. If it catches on fire, oh well. You know, the speakers that I have in the amp currently are worth more than the amp. I have Celestion creamback neodymiums in it. So that also means that my amp is like 40 pounds, which is really nice. Nice light amp to carry around. Oh my gosh, I should be building on top of this. I'm being a naughty boy. But yeah, dude, the Pro Reverb, that amp, if that amp had an effects loop, like perfect amp. Perfect amp. Because I love effects loops. I love putting modulation, delay, and reverb in the effects loop of an amp. I like how much cleaner they sound. I like them into the front of the amp too. You know, I'm not one to discriminate, but I really do love effects loop amps, and that would be the only thing the Pro Reverb doesn't have going for it for me to become my perfect amp. Otherwise, like a blackface Fender, you know, 40 watts roughly, 2x12. How can you complain? Do the new ones have an effects loop? Do they make a new Pro? I don't think they do. Pretty much all the new Fenders, anything you're gonna buy besides the hand-wired stuff, will have an effects loop, like a Hot Rod DeVille, or you know, any. I think all the Tone Master stuff that they're doing has effects loops built in. Don't know if the Jack White amp does. Like the Classic series is not gonna have them though. Like the Deluxe and the Supers. Don't believe those have effects loops. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I am definitely an effects loop guy. I don't have to have one, but I kind of do have to have one. I love them. They just, I don't know, man. They sound way better with modulation, delay, and reverb to my ears. And I do really particularly like delay following, you know, a distortion pedal or whatever into the front of an amp. That level of like dirtiness that adds is pretty rad. So I like that too. I don't know, it's just, you know, whatever. I guess my main preference is for an effects loop. But I am actually having Terry at D-Lab pretty much build me that amp. Minus the reverb and the tremolo, because I use pedals, so I really don't need the reverb and tremolo. So I just want to make the circuit as simple as humanly possible. So it's basically, you know, Pro Reverb without the reverb, without the tremolo, and it's going to have an effects loop. The new one is the 40 watt 1x12 combo with digital reverb. I mean, I'd try it. I'll tell you what, like 2 years ago, I wish I could have released a video about this, but I got an opportunity about 2 years ago through one of my friends, and I ended up building a guitar, because I used to build guitars. I stopped building them because I started getting arthritis hands. So this is what I do now, because my hands won't let me really build guitars anymore. But I used to build guitars, and you can see some of them on my channel. But about 2 years ago, I got an opportunity to build a guitar for a company in the automotive industry. And so we did a 3D printed like jazz caster, like the Jazz Master with tele pickups. And it was a really cool guitar, and it had like some space age automotive materials on it that were really kick-ass and should probably be applied to the guitar world, because they did really cool things. You're talking like tele pickups that were dead silent with fuzz pedals on because of the way that the shielding was done on this guitar. But besides that point, I played on the video they were making about it. I played through a Tone Master Deluxe, and that thing blew my mind, dude. Like, I couldn't believe how good the Tone Master Deluxe is. Like, that amp sounds pretty damn close to a full-on tube deluxe, deluxe reverb, and weighs nothing. Like, it's so light. Like, if you're in like a small, quietish gigging band, I can't see why you would buy anything else, quite frankly. Unless you're just like snobbing it up, which is fine. I snob it up. I like tube amps, prefer my tube amps 100%. But I'm just saying, holy shit, was that thing good. And I think it was digital reverb too, and the reverb sounded good. So I don't know, it might be worth checking out that new Super, but I'm sure it ain't nothing like, the actual Super that you and I have. Like, those things are just incredible. I love that amp so much. And that was my pedal test amp too. I used to test pedals through my Super all the time. And that was like, I realized that I was using it when I was building shit. And I'm in here like making circuits that weren't quite functional and were just like popping and making gnarly ass noises, And I'm like, man, I should probably not really do this to my Pro anymore. I'm killing it. I definitely was at least killing the speakers. But god dang it, those pedals, like all my pedals sound so good through that. They sound pretty good through this thing that's sitting behind me, they sound just fine through that. But you put them through the 66 Pro and it's like, ooh, And when I shoot demo videos, I'm playing through the 66 Pro, faux show. So if you see any of the demos of my pedals, it's always through the 66. And I love that amp. Oh my god, dude, I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. I think it's probably that monster right there. Making me a little talky. Apologies. Apologize for the amount I'm flapping my gums. So yeah, we are not too far off from being done with this pedal. I'd probably be done already if I wasn't like yapping my brains out. But all we have left to do is hook up our output wire, hook up our grounds, which I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. I just need to find another wire. Let's hook up our input and output jack grounds. And then we gotta hook up the output from our pot and hook up our LED. And this pedal will be ready to test out too. I gotta look up that Pro though. Is it digital or is it tube? I mean, if they're doing a digital reverb, I'm assuming it's probably like a Tone Master version or something. But maybe they're doing a tube version, I don't know. It's crazy how sort of behind I am on gear right now. I've just been you know, for so long now I've been like building stuff. Like I was building my own guitars, and then I rebuilt the 66 Pro, and now I've been building pedals. So I'm a little more out of the gear loop than I normally am. I still pay attention, but I just don't pay as much attention as I used to. Oh, it is a tube amp. Okay. Damn, it's $1,600 and okay. Now see, $1,600 with digital reverb. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on, Fender. What are you doing? No. That not okay. That not okay. I'm glad it's tube, but digital reverb and it's $1,600? Crikey, bro. That hurts my feelings. God, Fender. I don't know, man. Everything's so overpriced right now. It's not even funny. But holy shit, digital reverb and you want $1,600. You gotta one or the other. You know? Do digital shit or make a nice tube amp. Don't do crossovers. I don't know. I'm willing to check it out. You know what I'm excited to check out, honestly, is, did you see the Celestion Peacemaker speakers from NAMM this year? Like, I wish I had a little bit of YouTube pull still and maybe could get a set of those, because I would really love to check those out. It's really interesting because basically what they're doing is building speakers the exact opposite way that they've been building them, you know, for the last 70 years, which is they're making them inefficient. So, you know, if you look at like a Celestion Vintage 30 or something, it has a dB sensitivity of like 99 decibels. And if you look at the Peacemakers, I think they're like 82 or 86 decibel sensitivity, which is like the complete opposite way that speaker companies have been operating forever. But the idea behind it, of course, is that since it's a less efficient driver, your amp is not able to be as loud. Like, no matter what you do, your amp can't be as loud because the speakers are just not as efficient. So it's a way to quiet down tube amps, which, you know, has become a thing of interest to me because I am tired of getting yelled at for being loud. And I built an amp attenuator that I am putting up for sale soon. That's in pedal form. I showed them on a live stream earlier before my live stream died on me. But yeah, the Peacemakers are really interesting because it's like just put these less efficient speakers in your amp and wham bam, your amp's quieter. Really weird. Backwards, I guess, of everything you've ever been used to in tube amps. Like, but interesting in 2025. To me, anyway. I think it's pretty cool. And I would like to hear them in person. But it's going to be mighty hard to get me to give up my neodymium creambacks, because I love them. It says spring reverb. Okay, that makes a little more sense for $1,600. Actually, that's not too terrible bad considering how much everything is now. But you know, I'm sure it's a circuit board amp. Wow, I did not know they were doing the Pro again. That blows my mind, dude. I will definitely be checking that out after I'm off of here tonight, because I had no idea. Now people are gonna realize that they're good and buy up all the old ones. Damn it. It's the way it works. Oh well, I already got one. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. What I want right now is to get my other amp built by D-Lab. And I'm probably going to go, I was going to do two 6L6s in that amp. And I'm kind of thinking two 6V6s now. Because I am tired of people yelling at me when I go to play live. And I'm not going amp modeler. Not yet. Maybe someday if I can afford an in-ear monitor system and somebody to run said in-ear monitor system for me, then I will do that. Because I have no problem with modelers either, man. I'll tell you what, I've been to see Failure, the band, a couple times over the last decade because I love that band. And they use Axe effects live and they sound incredible. And they're like doing every tone from every album and it sounds pretty damn amazing. But they also have like an absolutely bonkers monitor system that they run themselves, more or less. You know, that's like a whole giant rack unit. So they can get away with it. And places I play, I can't get away with it. You know, I'm lucky if there's a punk rock PA at half the places my band plays. Oh, almost done here. We gotta hook up this guy and one more wire and then we will be ready to test this pedal. What time is it? 9:38. I've been building pedals for a while now. Alright, oops, I gotta clip those. Get off of there. But yeah, that's really interesting. Thanks for telling me about that, Michael, because I will check it out. I did not realize they were making a new one.